Hello, it's Paul Clegg here, and I thought I'd just share some of my thoughts on a podcast I've just been listening to by a guy called Bruce Irving. His podcast is called Local Business Marketing in Uncertain Times. And although it's US based, I think what he's talking about has got a great deal of relevance to us here in the UK. I would encourage you to listen to this guy's podcast and maybe subscribe to it, because right now content is very important on two counts. First of all, the content we're consuming. Is it just purely news and updates on how many deaths and the coronavirus, or is it content that will enhance our own knowledge, skills, give us ideas for how we may address business as we come out of the lockdown? The points I take from this are thinking about the restaurant owners, the retailers, the hairdressers, the beauty therapists, and I'll bet they wish that they had the following things in place before the lockdown. Number one, email addresses. I know of very, very few retailers, hairdressers or restaurants, apart from one of the ones I work with, that actually collects or offers to stay in touch with activity via an email address. Guy I work with has close on 400 email addresses. So the minute the lockdown took place, he was able to contact them, those people, and stay in contact. And I think out of all those 400, he's had 3 that have unsubscribed in about 8 and 9 weeks of emailing. Updates on recipes, etc. How he's approaching the security and the safety issues about the takeaway meals that he's involved in. The second thing that I think a lot of businesses wish they had was that they stayed in touch between visits. Because if you don't have an email address, then you're not likely to do it. Maybe some people will be staying in touch on social media, not quite as personal, but nevertheless, how are those businesses, or how do they stay in touch? Very few do. Thirdly, and this was an obvious one, those businesses, whatever they've been doing, need to stay visible during lockdown, offering help, offering ideas. There's lots of ideas, especially on this guy's podcast rather. There's lots of ways, but you need to stay visible, because out of sight, out of mind. You've got customers that are forming new habits, and when we're all back in business and the lockdown is released, what will people remember you for? Will they remember you, or have they formed new habits? So staying visible is very important. I post almost every day a video update about whatever. And I do it purposely. I do it because you certainly, a lot of people don't even watch it or see it, or it's of no relevance to them, and that's okay. But where it is, I'm sure I'm staying more relevant to those people. Mind you, whether they'll continue to recognise me as the hair gets longer, I really don't know. And finally, I'll bet all of those businesses I'm talking about wish they had some of their business online. I walk down the high street in Wells and I see many signs in the windows of the retailers saying, due to the coronavirus, etc. But just occasionally I see a really savvy company that says, due to the coronavirus, etc. However, you can still shop online, or we still take orders online. So one of the things that I think that a lot of those businesses need to be looking at, need to seek out somebody that's got the expertise to take their business in future, or part of their business, online. And maybe we will all get something positive from the coronavirus in maybe nudging us more towards staying in touch, having a stay in touch strategy, doing more and more with video, and maybe taking all or part of our business, certainly part of our business, online. It is, after all, 2020, and 2020 vision is very easy for me and anybody else to look back on what we should have done. Well, we can't do and we can't change anything that's happened in the past, but we can change what's happening in the future. If anybody would like to reach out and talk to me, I'd be delighted to help. I'm not able to do and provide all of the answers personally, but I can probably point you to some people that can. And by the way, I do have a regular Marketing Hub online meeting on a Tuesday morning, and you're more than welcome to join that because there we discuss all sorts of ideas, and I keep people up to date with where I'm consuming content that I consider could be valuable to you. Remember, my role is to help you get in front of more people who want to buy your stuff, so you waste a lot less time chasing people who don't. Till the next time, all the very best.